What's the cost of knowing what to do, but never doing it? How much longer are you going to plan your goals out instead of executing them? What's one action you could take today that would change absolutely everything tomorrow? And what if the only thing standing in between you and success is actually the decision to start? Well, listen, welcome to day 8 of Coachmas 2024. And I want to ask you once again, what is the cost of knowing what to do, but never doing it? How many times have you said, I'll start tomorrow? How many resolutions that were on 2024's list have automatically been pushed over into 2025's list? How many? What was it that you knew to do, but just didn't take action on it? It's okay. It's all right. Listen, here's the truth. Knowledge is potential power. Execution is where the real magic happens and where we really start to see results. You don't need more information. You have been informationed out. That's right. You have been informationed out. It is time in 2025, as you wrap up this year, it is time in this next year to go ahead and take whatever you know and start executing on it. However much knowledge you currently have, take what you got and start moving forward and doing what you absolutely know needs to be done. You don't need more information. What you need to do now is to simply take action on what you already know. Today, we're going to be talking about how to crush and overcome procrastination, how to prioritize like a high performer does, and how to execute your goals with massive aligned action. This is where your dreams are going to go from someday, one day to done. This is where that to-do list is going to go from being super long with no check marks next to that task to check marks next to the task and a complete at the bottom. So let's make it happen. Execution is the bridge between your ideas and your results. But here's where most people get stuck. They overthink the very first step. How do we overcome that? And if that's you, let's pause here. If that's you, if you're an overthinker, drop a hand emoji, drop a fire emoji in the comments. Let me know that this resonates. If that's you, if you are the overthinker in the group, that you get a great idea, but you get lost in the sauce of all of the details, lost in the sauce of it has to be perfect. So perfection creates moments of procrastination. If that's you, let me know in the comments. Here's how we overcome overthinking the very first step. You have to start small. The teeny tiny steps help us build momentum. Out of all the actions that you could take, find the one small action that you can take first. We've talked about building confidence to take action. We've talked about all the steps in the other days of this series. So let's dig in today by overcoming overthinking the first step by taking the smallest step we can that's really going to help us move forward. I said it in one of the other videos that it is one domino that needs to be knocked over that's going to help us gain some momentum. So that's what we're talking about. I overcome overthinking by taking the first small step. I like to call it the pebble and the boulder principle. As I coach my clients, what I like to find is the one small action that will cause ripples as if it were a big boulder, that will cause a boom, a major splash, so that they can begin to move forward and gain momentum. Here's the second challenge that keeps us in a stuck state: planners versus being executors. It is we prioritize the wrong things. We want to put the last things first and the first things last. We don't know what to do first, so it keeps us in a state of stuckness. How do we overcome it? Focus on the 20% of the actions that's going to create 80% of my results. We've walked through this process before. We've talked about what our goals are. We talked about how to dial those goals in and reverse engineer the big picture into the pixelated actionable steps. What are the 20% of those steps that I can start to take that's going to help me gain 80% of my results? Is it simply making a list of the people I feel my business, my product, my service is going to help? Is it making that list and putting it on the calendar for me to reach out to those people to say, hey, how you doing? I want to help you. Right? That's going to create some massive results for me if I did that. Is it simply learning to get up a little bit earlier, setting the alarm so that I can start building the habit? Whatever the 20% is, the bite size, that's going to give me the big chunk that I'm looking for. Here's the third and final challenge. We let fear and let the fear of failure begin to stop my progress. I let the negative what ifs impact me more than the positive what ifs. Remember, I said in the last video that sometimes what we are creating in the future, since it doesn't exist anyway, why don't we create the positive one that we really want to exist? We have to, again, like I said in the last video, as it relates to failure, we've got to reframe failure into feedback and understand that every step doesn't have to be perfect. What we are going for is progress over perfection. When we are shifting from a state of a cycle that hasn't helped us, or shifting from a state of absolute stuckness, when we are just plain stuck, what gives us the biggest result is beginning to take the small little nuanced differences and have a major, major impact. We are looking for whether it is progress and consistency or whether it's perfect and non-consistent. It has to be progress that we are going for. That's going to keep us in a state of moving and keep us in a state of momentum. So let's shift into our exercise for today. Today, I'm going to be giving you the strategies so that you can stop waiting and start executing and making big moves towards your goal. Here is our action accelerator plan. I want you to write down one major goal. This time, I know you're saying, Tony, you said this in so many videos. This time it's different. This time I want you to write down one major goal that you know you've been procrastinating on. Whatever it is, launching my business, writing the business plan, starting a new fitness routine, creating that new project, introducing a solution that I've identified to my boss, to my superiors at work. Whatever it is, what's the one major thing that you know you should have been taking action on, but procrastination has kept you in a cycle of not getting it done? I want you to take that big goal and break it down into 3 small, specific steps you can take this week. Action 1, write down the one major goal. Action 2, break it down into 3 small, specific steps. Now, we are going to look at how we can take those 3 small, specific steps and take action on them this week. Finally, in this particular exercise, what I want you to do is choose and decide One step you'll take today and commit to it in the comments. Pop it in the comments. What is the one action you're going to take? Now, Tony, you said something strange. You said choose and decide. Because I've learned that to choose a thing and to decide on a thing, those are two different processes. I can pick a million things to do and never decide to do one of them. I can pick 1,000 things to do and never decide. The word decide simply means to kill off or cut off all of the other options. To kill off, to cut off all of the other options. When I choose, I simply plan with the hopes of making a decision to go into action. But when I decide, decisions come with commitments. I'm going to say it again. Decisions come with commitments. Those commitments create the action that I need to take. However, how small, I want you to choose and decide on one step that you're going to commit to and take today. And I want you to pop that in the comments. Now, what's the one thing you've really been avoiding that you know will move you closer to your goal? You thought about it, and the moment you thought about it, and the moment that flicker popped in, the moment that flame popped up, you snuffed it out. What's the one thing that you've been avoiding? It's in your living room, so you go around the living room, down the hall. It's at your boss's desk, but you don't go into your boss's office anymore because that's the one thing that you know you should have been taking action on. Now, if you took a massive action this week, if you are going to take a massive action this week, something super bold, how would your life look different by next Monday? If you chose and decided to take a huge, bold level of action, how would you feel? How would things look next week? How would that look? Think about that. Reflect on that. Now, I want to encourage you once again to chime in the comments about what those goals are. Chime in the comments about what those actions are. I'm going to comment with you. I'm going to connect with you. Make sure I cheer you on. Now, here is the homework for day 8. Day 8's homework. I want you to write down one goal you've been procrastinating on. Break it down into those actionable steps. We're going to wash, rinse, and repeat the exercise from today. Spend a little more time with it. Really dive in and reflect on it. After I write down the goal, I want you to go ahead, take that one step today. I got the goal, I got the one step, and I'm going to take action on that today. Now, I don't care how small it is. I don't care how insignificant you think it is. I don't care how insignificant someone that you shared your goal with told you it was. It's not their goal. It's yours. Because it's not their goal, every step that you talk to them about is insignificant to them. It's your goal. It's your vision. It's your dream. You have to step out on it. The size of the step does not matter. It is the action of the step. It is the repetition and the momentum of taking those teeny tiny steps that's going to help you to start to take quantum leaps towards your goal. Now, here's your bold action bonus. I want you to share that first step. Share it on your page, your social media platform, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, wherever it is. Share it. Tag me in it. I am Tony Barnes, so that I can celebrate you, so that I can cheer you on. As we wrap up today's session, this is what I know. Dreams don't work unless you do. That's right. Your dreams are going to stay dreams until you take action on them. A blueprint for a great building. We live in near a beautiful city. Nashville is a gorgeous, wonderful city. I'm going to invite you to it. Come on, don't stay here, just visit, right? Nashville, Tennessee is a great, great place. The buildings that you will encounter in the city area are just fantastic. I work outside of one of the buildings, the newer buildings that is being built, And in between what I'm doing, I often find myself looking out the window and watching this massive process. But here is what I know. That process started with a blueprint. Till someone took action on that blueprint, that building didn't exist. Now, the building isn't finished. No one is in the building yet. It's not really fulfilling its purpose yet. But the phase that it's currently in is better than the phase that it was in just being on the blueprint. And that's how you have to look at what you are building for the next year. All of your visions, all of your goals start off as dreams, start off as ideas, simple concepts. But as action is layered on action, that's what brings those goals and dreams and visions to life. The dreams and the blueprints don't work, but you do. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be in motion. Every small action you take is a vote for your future to come to pass. It is a brick in the wall of the future you are building. It's time to stop thinking about what you could do wrong, what could go bad, and start focusing on what could go right. Start focusing on how you're going to feel when everything comes together. The future you want to build is real enough to wait on you to build it. But it's absolutely up to you to make the first move. Now, if you want more tools, if you want to stay in motion, if you want to keep going on this Coachmas track, if you want to keep going on all the gifts that I'm going to be giving as your corner coach, I want you to connect with me and go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, In Your Corner. And you can find it by searching @ I am Tony Barnes on YouTube. Just pop that in the YouTube search bar, and you're going to see the opportunity to subscribe at the top of your screen. Get connected, get dialed in. My sessions are going to be there. I'm going to be putting mindset hacks on there. Going to make sure that the strategies you need to fight your day-to-day life, I'm going to post those there because I'm going to be in your corner. Now, if you're really ready to go deeper and conquer procrastination on a much deeper level than what we did in today's session, I'm going to challenge you to grab my book, Do the Work, Conquer Your Mind Bullies, and Transform Your Life. And that book is packed with strategies and motivation that you are definitely going to need to start building and having a great kickoff to this new year. I'm going to have the links to both my YouTube channel and the book here in the comment section and in the description section of this video. So make sure when this video is over, you click on those, get yourself a copy of the book, and then make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Now, tomorrow, we're going to be diving in to what I like to call the power connection, making sure that we learn how to leverage our relationships for the success that we want. Now, I want you to connect tomorrow with the same energy, right? We are gaining some momentum. This is day 8 of a 12-day series. What does that mean? We only have a few days left. Only a few days left. And I guarantee you that if you stay connected and stay dialed in, the way that you finish this year and the way you kick off 2025 is going to be amazing. So stay connected. Follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. I am Tony Barnes. Same handle on YouTube. And until next time, stay with it. Stay committed. Start deciding. Stop choosing. Start getting into action. Stop dreaming. Let's go till the next time. Talk to you later, family.